Limited, so act fast.
Well, I did it. I quit my full-time job of 10 years to become a full-time automotive YouTuber. And my last shift was just a few hours ago. I work really odd hours, or I worked odd hours. So this is all very, very fresh to me. I feel scared, I feel nervous, I feel excited, but mostly I'm anxious just to start this new adventure. So in this video, I'm going to finally reveal to you what my full-time job was. I kept that a secret out of respect for my former employer, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about the logistics of running a full-time automotive YouTube channel at the age of 36 and with a big family. So in typical legit street cars fashion, I'm gonna talk to you guys while I build my V12 engine, so let's get started. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it now more than ever. You have no idea, as I install the wrong length head bolts into my engine. This is not a good start. But before I tell you about the amazing job that I just quit to do this full time, just a quick recap of what has brought me to this point. So as a kid, I was obsessed with cars. My mom told me as a toddler, I'd sit by the window and just watch the cars drive by all day long. And I had no real car influence. My dad definitely wasn't into cars. My mom, my sister, no one was into cars. It just kind of like came natural to me. And when this really kicked into high gear was ironically when my dad left us. So my dad left us when I was a kid, and I just remember, like, thinking back now, I just really always wanted a car dad. So I was obsessed with cars because I was trying to make up for something, I think. Not really sure. But when my dad left, it's just, that's when it happened. That was the turning point. I remember it like it was yesterday. I would even make up fake car stories to my friends that had car dads about cars my dad didn't have, just because I wanted just to be involved. And at a young age, you can't have a car. Your dad has a car. So that's kind of how some of my friends lived, is through their dad's cars, which I didn't have. And I knew from that point in time, that's what I wanted. So, you know, I couldn't have it. So I became obsessed with cars. I tried to learn everything I could about cars at a very young age. And I just zoned in. I was focused. It brought me joy. And I concentrated on that more than the fact that my dad wasn't around. Now, my mom was a huge influence in all of this car obsession, and it wasn't her plan. She wanted me to be a doctor. My mom is a super hardworking person. She is the American dream. She came to the United States at age 31. She didn't speak any English. She wanted to be a teacher, so she learned English. And there were no Italian classes in schools back then. So she learned Spanish. She straight up learned Spanish so well that she got a job at one of the biggest high schools in Chicago, taught Spanish there, and then started the Italian program. So I'm going off a little bit, but my mom is what put the work ethic in me, which you guys are gonna find out soon. I have been working 80, 90 hours a week to do my full-time job and YouTube. So my mom's super hardworking lady, and she realized pretty early on that I wasn't gonna be a doctor. I was probably gonna be a mechanic, and she was okay with that. She would go to junkyards with me. I worked at Burger King for a year and a half, starting at age 15 to save up for my very first car, a pile of crap, 1988 Trans Am GTA, and she was the one that would go to the junkyard with me, get all dirty in the mud with big boots on, picking parts and helping me out and helping me kind of develop my passion. So right out of high school, 2 weeks out of high school, I went to a tech school in Laramie, Wyoming called Tech, and I didn't really care to make any friends. I got out of Chicago on purpose, and I went to the most secluded area ever, which is Wyoming, and I just wanted to stay there for 1 year, learn as much as I could, and then get a job. And when I got there, I didn't know much. I had ripped apart my second Firebird in high school, and I blew it up, literally just trying to learn how the engine worked. But my first car, when I popped the hood, I didn't even know where the oil went. I had no idea what it did. I knew absolutely nothing. I knew nothing about cars. Went to Tech, soaked it all up. And I got a job with Mercedes-Benz of Chicago 3 months before I even graduated. I got the best grades ever. They nicknamed me the OA, the Overachiever, which was a flip of my initials at the time. I had a different last name that started with O, and then I changed it to Paul Mary before we had our first son because I didn't want to pass down my dad's last name. But anyway, so they nicknamed me Overachiever. I got really good grades. I got a great job at Mercedes-Benz of Chicago, and I was a master tech there for 10 years before I got the big call. Hang on, let me zip these guys down. And the big call was from, there we go, the city of Chicago. So I was hired after about 10 years at Mercedes by the city of Chicago to be a machinist, which I don't understand the intricacies of the union contract, but decades ago it went from just being a mechanic to a machinist, which we were just mechanics. No one was really a machinist. We didn't have lathes and stuff like that. So I was a mechanic. I was a heavy duty diesel mechanic for the city for about 18 months before I was promoted to shop foreman. Now, I took this job not because I didn't like Mercedes, but kind of like I always do, I burned myself out. So at Mercedes, I got my real estate license at age 21 on my 21st birthday. I'd studied for the test when I was 20. Legally, you have to be 21. I got it on my 21st birthday, and I was selling houses to fund my Turbo Trans Am project. So every time I sold a house, I'd get a new car part for my Turbo Trans Am, and I built that at Mercedes. That was a dream car gift to myself. When I was 18 years old, when I graduated Wyotech and I started with Mercedes, I bought that immediately. It was a dream car of mine. It still is, and I still own it. But anyway, I did that, and I also did roadside service at Mercedes 7 days out of the month, 24/7, plus working 50 hours at the dealer. So the city job was 40 hours a week. It had a great pension and phenomenal benefits, and I'm like, I need a job like this. And I took a little bit of a pay cut, but not much. And it was a wonderful, wonderful job. But my goal with this job was to work for the police department. That's what I'd always wanted. I wanted to work on American cars, and I was a foreman at this point. And about 5 years into my 10-year career with the city, they said, hey, do you want to move to police? And it was way on the south side of Chicago on an oddball shift. Of course, I've been either on midnights, which is horrible. If you guys watch my first few videos, when I started the channel, I was on midnights and I look pretty beat up. But I was on midnights, and then I'd been on afternoons, which is what I just left yesterday. I've been on afternoons the vast majority, 3:30 to 11:30 at night. So I'm at a police garage on the south side of Chicago, getting off late at night, and then I'd get up in the morning and film YouTube videos. But that was truly my dream. My goal with the city of Chicago was to work on American cars, because that's why I started my channel. I'm obsessed with American cars, and that may seem weird as I sit here putting together a Mercedes V12, and behind the camera is my E55 station wagon, and a lot of you guys know me for my European car content, but I love American cars. And speaking of American cars, actually American trucks, this is my first pickup truck, a 2002 SVT Ford Lightning. I just came out with a video on this thing. It's amazing, and the reason it looks so good is because I ceramic coated the entire truck in that video. It's quite the transformation. I'll leave a link down below, and I'll also leave a link to a longtime channel sponsor. Some of these companies have been around since I started, and they are really the reason I'm able to do this. And in this case, it is Avalon King Ceramic Coating, and I wanted to bring this up now because it's time sensitive. You guys are car guys, so I know you're gonna appreciate this, but they are having a blowout 4th of July sale. It's at least 30% off, and you get $32 worth of free shampoo if you buy 2 or more of their kits. So the truck didn't always look this good, and the Armor Shield 9 ceramic coating gives any painted surface a deep glossy shine. It's very, very easy to apply. Any one of you guys can do this at home. It's a complete DIY kit. You basically just wipe it on, wait a minute, wipe it off, that's it. I did this entire truck in maybe 2 hours. What's great is once your car is coated, water and dirt will just bead right off, keeping your cars cleaner for longer. And this lasts for years, not months, like wax. So all you got to do is click on my link in the video description box, and the sale's automatically going to be applied. So anyway, a big thanks to Avalon King for being with the channel for so long. I hope you guys enjoy the kit. The sale runs from July 1st to July 4th, 2021. Supplies are limited. An airplane is coming to ruin my scene, so don't delay. And now let me tell you about the pay, benefits, and pension that I just gave up. So I've realized it's kind of hard to tell a story and put an engine together at the same time. Okay. All right, I did 5 now. Okay, good. So I have my little map of torquing the heads down. If you guys saw the last V12 engine when I torqued this one down, it's very important to follow the sequence to properly seat a head, especially an aluminum head. So that is number 5. Now we're moving on to number 6. So anyway, working at the police garage was basically my ultimate goal for working for the city of Chicago. I thought I'd be working on the cars originally, but once I got the foreman job when I was on the heavy duty side, I knew I'd be transferring over as a foreman, of course, and it was great. I got my own office. I got a crew of like between 8 and 10 guys. It changed every once in a while, and they were the best crew. These guys were awesome. we just stayed up all night from 3:30 to 11:30 at night fixing police cars. It was great. Sometimes we would grill out for lunch. We did a really good job. We got a lot of cars done. Left definitely on a high note. We were grilling up steaks and chicken and stuff last night to kind of say goodbye, and I left early because my kids were staying up to kind of congratulate me. But yeah, it was a good job. As you can imagine, we worked on Crown Victorias, Tahoes, and Explorers. I'm forgetting the most common, the Explorer. That's the most common Chicago police car. And I hate to say this, but I'm solely responsible for the destruction, or the auctioning, not the destruction necessarily, of Crown Victorias. So I was fully in charge of the inspection of the Crown Victoria. My guys would inspect it, bring me the estimate. I'd compare it to auction prices, and pretty much all of them needed way more than they were worth. So we would have to send them away to the auction, and this happened around 140,000 miles. That's about the life of a city of Chicago police car, whether it was an Explorer, a Crown Vic, or a Tahoe. Just the rust, the potholes, just they beat them up. I mean, some of them literally had bullet holes in them, accidents. So about 140,000 miles, that was it. But anyway, I'm going off on the job. I loved the job. It was a great job. And it paid well. I made $100,000 a year at the police garage. I actually made more when I was on the heavy duty side because we had a lot of overtime during the winter. And the biggest thing with this job though was the pension. It had a pretty decent pension. I paid about $800 a month into the pension. But if I retired at age 67, which it used to be 55, I was in tier 2. It's a long, stupid story. But at age 67, I'd get a lifetime pension benefit. Now I did pay into this pension. It wasn't a freebie. But also the healthcare insurance was out of this world. The best healthcare insurance ever for about $400 a month for a family of 5. That's really unheard of. At Mercedes, that would have been like $1,000 a month. So this was, of course, a union shop. So the benefits were really, really good. And that has really been the main reason. Well, all three of them, the pay, the pension, and the benefits, those have all been the reasons why, and the crew and just everything. It was a great job of why I have been doing this and that at the same time. And I am literally, or I was up until yesterday, working about 80, 90 hours a week. Here's some clips from my earlier videos, but basically I had to pick one or the other job. It got to that point and I couldn't throw away what I built here from the ground up. And so I had to decide to quit the city job. So it was tough to do that, but I'm happy with my decision. I'm at peace with my decision. It's been a long time coming. And here we are. And these early videos are proof that anyone can get comfortable behind a camera because I was so nervous. And I'm sure some of you remember my wife from the Escalade videos, and if it wasn't for her, literally none of this would have been possible. She's always been really understanding, especially in the beginning, because for the first 2 years, I didn't make a dime. I was spending 40 hours a week doing this for literally nothing. I was losing money buying all the parts for the cars, buying these cars, insurance, and all sorts of craziness. And she has stood by my side, and this just simply wouldn't be possible without her. So with travel and the amount of time I was at the city job was about 50 hours a week. It's 22 miles away from my house one way. And this is 50 hours a week also. I mean, it's a lot, especially with editing and everything. So I have now hired an editor. I have now quit the city job. My goal here is to put out better videos for you guys, which is why I bought Legit Street Quarters, and this is all kind of coming to fruition. So it's been about a year since I decided to quit the city job and do YouTube full time, but everything had to fall into place. I hit my 10-year mark with the city, so now I'm vested with the pension, so I'll have a small little baby pension of 10 years at age 67, so at least I won't starve to death later. Also, my goal was to have a shop and to have it mostly completed by the time I quit. The lifts are being installed next week, so it's almost done. And at the same time, a couple of my kids will now be in full-time school next year, and that was another big thing I wanted to wait for, because while they're in school, I'll be working at the shop, and then I'll finally be able to come home and have dinner with the family Monday through Friday and be with them. The last probably almost 3 years really at this point has been, I get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't get home till midnight from the job. So I'm filming all day, I leave at 2, get to the south side, and then come home at midnight. It's been absolutely insane, but as you guys can probably tell in the videos, this is really important to me. YouTube is a dream come true. A big motivation for me starting this channel was the Saturday and Sunday, car, horsepower TV, all those shows. I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. So my first video was of a Fox body Mustang, and my second video was right here in this garage, putting Brembo brakes on my turbo Trans Am. go back and watch some of those videos. I'll link them down below so you can kind of see the evolution of Alex on YouTube. But I started with the GoPro 3. I now film on my cell phone. I have 2 mics, a little $50 shotgun mic and a $300 wireless mic. I'll leave them linked down below if you guys want to start channels, but that's all you need, and a tripod. I click record, I run on the other side, and I'm filming, and I've been editing every single video, really up until the lightning video. That is my first video with the new editor. I think he did a great job, and I'm really excited to have him so I can focus more on bringing you guys more content. So I want to be able to put out 2 videos a week. Normally I just do 1 every Saturday morning. That's the most I've been able to do. And I've been sprinkling in Thursday videos every once in a while just to kind of get used to this. So I've been working like triple time. So I'm hoping to come out with better content for you guys, be able to make a living at this, which with the sponsors and with the views, you guys have been killing it with the views. It's amazing. I can do this, and I have a lot of good friends and mentors in the YouTube community that have helped me along the way. So am I missing anything for this video? I don't think so. You guys know how much I made at the last job. You know what it was. You guys pretty much know everything about my life. So with that, I guess I didn't get too much done on this engine. But that is the next video. So if you guys have been following the V12 series and have been asking me, Alex, what happened to this? Part of it, 3 months of it was waiting for heads and parts, but the last month and a half has been me trying to get the shop done, wrapping things up properly at my old job, and just a lot of stuff in between, getting the pickup truck for the shop and whatever. So this is going back together soon. I think the next video, yeah, is on this. I'm just gonna put the whole thing back together. So anyway, with that, guys, I hope this video is an inspiration to someone out there, even if it's just one guy. Eventually you can do what you really, really want to do and be happy with your work. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, as always, hit the thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe if you're new. I need subscribers at this point. Thank you so much for all of the support. I have like 550,000 subscribers, and a lot of them have come and gone due to certain projects I'm in, but there are like a consistent, like, I don't know, maybe 200,000-300,000 people that will tune in on pretty much all my videos, and I know who you guys are. I see the same people commenting, and I try to comment back right away. So just a huge, huge thank you to all of you guys. I hope to grow with you for many, many years to come. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go back and become a mechanic somewhere. Anyway, with that, guys, have a great day. I'll catch all of you in the next video.